Okay. Every video starts with the library because that is really the core of Moara, but obviously what I've covered in other videos, a lot of different tools that we have as well, features and tools. Let's get into writing for a second. Of course, what a lot of users in Moora do is actually use the agent for writing. Pretty much everything you do in Moora, there's a way you can also kind of accomplish it with the agent, but with a different interface and a different user experience. So hypothetically, you can do things like screening the agent, but it's really much better to use either the screening tab or the priority tags or screening fields that you can get from enrichments in the library. Writing's the same thing. So what I want to focus on here is the AI writing application we have. So I'll collapse the agent for now. I'm going to jump into the toolbox. I've showed in different sessions how to actually pin tools to your toolbox and sort of create your workflow. In this case, we have screening, we have synthesis report. Maybe I'll throw in AI writing and bibliography just so you can see. So um, let's jump into AI writing. What AI writing is really meant to do is, how do I describe it? Sort of codify and provide an interface for the type of iteration that's really needed in AI writing. A big criticism I've had in the past is you've got too many folks, grad students, people posting on social media, whatever, just really accepting with a couple queries and not much context the outputs of the writing outputs of some big LLMs. In this case, I've always argued that it's iteration, back and forth, back and forth. You might draft a section, ask for improvements, etc. There are a few different ways to do iteration here. First thing I'm going to do is just come up with the title and show you the first basic functionality of AI writing, which is font, types. So in this case, I picked heading one. Okay, there's several different headings. Works a little bit like a wiki or a Substack, if you're familiar with how Substack works. And then first thing I'll show you, you can use the Ask AI feature to actually automate the preparation of a sentence or section. You don't want to use it for a whole assignment or a whole paper, but in this case, I might say, write a 3-sentence overview of my library. Okay, that'd be the most straightforward one. You might want to put in some more context, but what you'll get back is a response that goes, one sentence at a time. And then ultimately, you're going to have the opportunity to either accept this or reject it or try again. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and discard and show you some other kind of main features here. According to, I can call my citations by hitting the backslash button. Once I hit backslash, I can select from the papers that are in my library. And then once I have that, I want to show you one other thing. You get your kind of automatic references list. And then importantly, you can look for autocomplete suggestions. Now, I should mention we're constantly working on this. This is our newest tool. And so we're constantly working on making sure it's uploaded with the most amount of context. It, operates reliably. If I press tab, I can accept that autocomplete or I can take this out. But that's a very important feature. So you can actually continue here. The effects of, what are we saying here? Tariffs on international trade are whatever, multifaceted. Okay, we've got some basic kind of language here. So autocomplete should be pretty straightforward. Now let's assume you have a paragraph that you really like. Then what I can do is highlight it, press Ask AI, and then I can do many different things here. Academic tone, make it more concise. What I sometimes like to demo is peer review. If you have a whole section, it's especially relevant. You can ask for a peer review. And so you can get some comments, as you'll see, start to get into the response here, and you can accept those, reject those, etc. So the possibilities are sort of endless with this writing section. And I should mention once again, we're constantly pushing new updates, constantly pushing new tools. Writing is probably, frankly, what needs the most work right now. So if you go through this and you have suggestions and you want to, you want to show us bugs or something like that, always feel free to hit us up with the chat. And so that's, if you hit us up, every single email comes to our inbox. We look at all of them. And pretty much anytime a user suggests an update or calls out a bug, what we do is immediately put it in our product backlog and work on it. So this is a really great way to work on writing. Again, quickest thing to do, I suppose, is the agent. Otherwise, I recommend you jump into that AI writing tool.